This question gives us a nice little coincidence to do with factorials. There's nothing particularly mathematical about it. It's a nice coincidence. But let's have a look at it. So for A, we're trying to show that there are exactly 6 factorial minutes in 12 hours. So let's do 12 hours. Well, 12 hours is 12 times by 60 minutes. But that is 3 times 4 for the 12 times and 60. I'm going to break down into 6 times 10 or 6 times 5 times 2 minutes. But that is, if we rearrange this, 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 minutes, which is 6 factorial minutes. So a nice little coincidence there. 6 factorial minutes is exactly 12 hours. Exactly. Similarly, 10 factorial seconds is 6 weeks. Similar process. 6 weeks is 6 weeks times by 7 days times by 24 hours times by 60 minutes times by 60 seconds. So that's how many seconds there are. So if we work this out, we've got 6 times 7. From 24, I'm going to get 3 times 8. From 60, I'm going to get 10 times 6, which I'm going to split into 2 times 3. Let's put brackets around these so we know which one's which bit. And then from the last 60, I'm going to break it down even further. Well, if I look at what I want here, I'm looking for 10 factorial. I've got 10, 7, 8. I haven't got 5. So that would be 5 times 12. And I'm going to break that down, that 12. I don't need a 6, but I do need a 4. So 5 times by 4 times by 3. I've got extra 3's here. But if we have a look at this, I've got the 10. I haven't got the 9, so I'll leave that gap for now. I've got the 8. I've got the 7. I've got the 6. I've got the 5. I've got the 4. I've got the 3. I've got the 2 and the 1 that's not written. But where does the 9 come from? Well, the 9 comes from the fact that I've used one of these 3's. This 3 here is that one. But I have 2 spare 3's. And 2 spare 3's give me the missing 9. So this is equal to 10 factorial seconds. So 10 factorial seconds is exactly, to the second, 6 weeks. The last one is just getting you to think about this a little bit backwards. 8 factorial something is exactly n weeks. So let's have a think. 8 factorial is 8 by 7 by 6 by 5 by 4 by 3 by 2 by 1. Okay, so the 7 is going to give us, that's the number of weeks, that's the days per week. Then we need the hours per day is going to be the 8 and the 3 to get to 24. And then a 60 would be 6 times 10. I don't have a 10, but I do have a 5 times 2. So that would be 60. And then what I'm left with is I've used everything up except for the 4. So this is 60 minutes times number of days, 24 hours, in 7 days per week. And then I've got 4 weeks. So it is 8 factorial minutes in 4 weeks. As I said at the beginning, this is just a nice little coincidence to do with factorials. There's nothing particularly mathematical about this. It's to do with the fact that time uses 60 and 24 in particular, which have a lot of factors, so we can factorize it out like this. But they're nice little numerical coincidences that we can work with.